Yay! We're here. We're live. How's it going, you guys? Let me just do a quick chickadee check. All right, we're good. Hey, you guys, I'm Amanda. I'm your intuitive nutrition and energy coach, helping you eat intuitively and eat for energy. So, A, you don't have to give a second thought to food, and B, you can use that energy to build a life that you love, whatever that may mean to you. And it's Side Pony Monday because I'm feeling festive because we're having a party over in Intuitive Eating for Energy, my free Facebook support group. If you're not there already, come on over. But all this week, we are doing energy building basics, which is a quick tip a day that we want to fit into our lives, that we want to focus on that day. As you guys are jumping on, say hi. Let me know that I can see you in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. Let me know you're watching the replay by saying replay love below. And so this is the first tip in our series of energy building basics. So what I find is that there are plenty of substances, foods, things out there that we take in every day that drain us. But what I find is when we focus on what to do, when we focus on the things that build us up, that give us energy, it's a lot easier. I just got a question about, always like wanting to release sugar or caffeine or something like that, but always failing on the second day. So if you're only focused on what you're going to take out of your eating or your life without thinking about what you're going to add in, that's all you'll be thinking about, right? I can't have sugar, no sugar. I can't have coffee, no coffee. Let's think about what we're replacing those things with. So that is the whole premise of energy building basics, is what we're going to add in. We're going to do this together. This is changing your focus, right, to what we can focus on, and it's building habit and it's sustaining change over time, really simply, just by switching that focus, okay? So that's what we're doing. That's why we're festive. We're building our energy, and we're actually going to do it together, one day at a time over the next week. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to, these are things we know, but how often are we actually doing them? So we're taking a close look. We're actually doing it. The value is in the experience, right? In actually trying it and actually doing it. So first quick tip is about hydration, H2O, water. Our cells are made up of water. We are made up of water. And we lose water every day through breathing, through going to the bathroom, through sweating, through all of our bodily functions. And we need it to do all of those bodily functions, right? We need it to remove waste. We need water to lubricate our joints. We need water to maintain our body temperature. It's really important. And I'm sure, I won't go on and on about how important it is because I'm sure you guys know. Being hydrated is super important, and dehydration is one of the most common things I see when I start working with clients. So it's real basic, but there's some obvious symptoms of dehydration like fatigue, dizziness, extreme thirst, but there's some more subtle ones too that we might be experiencing every day and not realize that we are dehydrated. So like headaches are a good first indicator of dehydration. Hunger, you might be confusing hunger and thirst. That's a common thing. Dark urine is another one. So these are more subtle things that can tip you off that you might be dehydrated. So, so my first tip would to be actually notice, as you guys are jumping on, say hello. It would be to actually notice how much water you are drinking. It wasn't something that I ever used to keep track of. And now, it's a good thing to know, like the rule, half your body weight in ounces is a good place to start, so average 150-pound person is trying to get 75 ounces of water. Carry a water bottle around. Just make sure if you have a hard time, hey, Dina, is it Dina or Dinah? Let me know. Love water. Awesome. Yeah, we're talking all about staying hydrated. As you guys are joining, say hello. Be sure to watch from the beginning because there's a lot of great intro information there. But definitely notice how much you're drinking and keep track, you know, even if it's not on paper, mentally, you know, if you know that your bottle is so many ounces, how many times do you have to fill it up to get to your goal a day? And then have a lot of water, especially between meals, especially first thing in the morning is a good time to get things going. And if water's not your gig, then you can infuse it with fruits, with vegetables, with cucumber, lemon, apple, berries, kiwi, like there's all sorts of wonderful things to infuse it with to give it a little something something. If you're someone who's trying to get off of soda pop, maybe try sparkling water to start with. It's not my favorite, but sometimes if you just have that fizz, you can still maintain hydration that way. And I drink out of glass, like notice what, like I noticed I drank a lot more when I drank out of glass. So does that make a difference to you? What sort of thing you're drinking out of? Some people like to drink out of straws. Other people think that causes wrinkles, whatever. Do what works for you, but do a little experiment of how you drink more water. You know, some people set alarms to remind them to have a glass of water. I drink so much water, it helps me get up for my hourly stretch break, right? To go to the bathroom. If you're in a cold climate, maybe teas, herbal teas, soups are very hydrating, right? Your smoothies or your vegetable juices, stuff like that. And I also want to talk about, as you guys know, I am very holistic, so I don't just talk about the physical. I also want to talk about the property of water and how being hydrated helps us emulate it. So in our emotions, in our mental state, in our spiritual state. So the natural property of water flows, right? It's very, you know, it flows. That's what water does. And so when we want to go with the flow a little bit more, if we're feeling stuck in some way, shape, or form, if there's a problem that we can't figure out, or a heart, you know, like an emotion we can't seem to get past, or something like that, staying hydrated is really going to help you go with the flow and kind of maybe bring some guidance in that wasn't there before, just by emulating that property. So that is all about water today. Tell me in the comments below how you guys are going to stay hydrated, how many ounces you're going to drink, what you're going to drink out of, how you go with the flow. And I'll be back tomorrow for the next tip in our energy building basics, this series we're on about building your energy and about changing your focus to that which to do, those good habits to hold on to, and that way we sustain change over time. We're doing it together. We're not just talking about how good it is for us, we're actually doing it. All right, guys, see you tomorrow.